Let's take a closer look at how you can create a group in the installed version of Outlook in order to connect and communicate with colleagues or possibly with your class parent community. So I've gone ahead and launched my installed version of Outlook on my Windows 10 device, and I'm simply going to come up to the Tools ribbon in the Home menu. Notice next to New Email, I see New Items with the drop-down caret. If I click that, in the menu, I can see that I have the ability to create a new group. Let's go ahead and select Group. Now, we're going to give our group a specific name. For the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to create a group for my class community of parents. So I've gone ahead and named the group Parents of Homeroom 4A. I want you to notice that this name is important and needs to be unique because it becomes the beginning portion of the group email address. Because I see green check marks here, I know that the name is acceptable and I know that the email address is not used by another user. Notice that I can add a brief description about what our group will be about, what we'll use the group for. And below description, I see privacy. Now, privacy is really important. If I click the drop down, notice that you have two choices. You can either set the privacy to public, which means that anyone in the organization can see your group content. This means that anyone in ECSD could possibly search and view your group. Because this is a group for my parent community, I want to set it to private so that only approved members, people that I add to the group, can see what's inside. Another setting I want to point out is this checkbox here. Send all group email and events to members' inboxes. So if I was creating a group for my colleagues in ECSD and we're using Outlook, if I have this box checked, any emails that I send inside the group will not only appear in the group, but also in my group members' inboxes. People can unsubscribe at any time so that they only see the emails inside the group and not in their inbox as well. Now that I've gone ahead and added in the name, confirmed the email address, possibly added a description and set the privacy, I'm going to go ahead and click Create. The next step is to start adding colleagues or guests. Now, since parents will most likely not have ECSD email addresses, they will be considered guests of the group. If I was adding a colleague, I could simply start typing their name and notice that they would appear in the global address list. But in this case, I'm going to add a parent as a demonstration to my group. I'm going to go ahead and add my husband, and he's already a contact of mine. So I'm going to select his Gmail email. And we're going to leave it at one member to be added for now. Keep in mind, you can add members at any point in time, and I will show you how to do that once your group is created. Now, don't forget, you do have to click the Add Members button down here at the bottom of the pop-up window. All right, notice that we've been redirected inside our group, Parents of Homeroom 4A. Another thing to notice is that we have a welcome email from Outlook that outlines all the things that you can do with your group, including click to start a conversation, share files, connect apps, or even add a team site on SharePoint. Now, let me take you back to my inbox for just a moment. When you open the installed version of Outlook and you are looking for your group, you are simply going to come over to the far left panel, scroll down until you see your groups. Now, notice that any new groups that you create should be added to the top of your group's list. So there's that Parents of Homeroom 4A. I'm simply going to select it in order to open that group. Once I'm inside that group, I have a whole new menu bar along the top. Let's take a tour of some of the features of this group. Let's start by creating a new email. To create a new email, I'm simply going to come up to where it says New Email. Notice that the new mail message is addressed to the group, Parents of Homeroom 4A. This means that all the members who are part of this group will receive this email. I could go ahead and add a welcome message explaining what we're going to be using our group for. Once I've gone ahead and either added in my message or possibly attached files, I'm going to click Send to send this to my group. Notice that that email appears inside the email pane of the group. And if I click it, I can view the contents of that email. Now, let's go back to the menu bar. Notice that I also have access to a group calendar. If I click on Files, I'm redirected to a SharePoint site where I can access any files that have been shared through email in the group. Let's just go back to Outlook. I also have the ability to access group settings. If I click on group settings, notice that I can add members. I can also edit my group. Let's go ahead and select Edit Group. Here inside of Edit Group, I can update the name. I can change the privacy and the description. I can add people. And if I need to remove any guests or any of my colleagues from the group, I can simply hover over their names and a red X appears, and I just simply click that red X to remove that member. Don't forget, when you're finished updating your settings, click OK.